I think each one of them kind of ties into an impact of expressing yourself or creating create your best quality work, promoting yourself for what you want.
Okay. Yeah. Other thoughts on this? Questions?
Well, yeah, I also think that they all kind of connected all together. I think they're all connected by kind of focusing, because they all say yourself, express yourself, create your best quality work. Like they all kind of focus on a person that you can kind of write down what you think of yourself, what you think you can do the best. Like I know you can just, sometimes maybe you don't think about it.
Yeah.
But this questions kind of bring it out, and then if you have some thoughts about it, you can write it down.
Did something come up for you as we were talking about these themes that you hadn't thought about before?
Well, I never thought about promoting yourself or thinking or what you want so you can stand out in the crowd. Like I never thought about it.
Do you mean like Anna, you haven't thought about it in that way, or you haven't used those words, or?
Well, I guess this is not this one, but maybe like the create your best quality. Well, let's see. Yeah, I guess create your best quality work and can make a big impact. Like I know I do like to do stuff with the best quality, but I never really thought about it.
Okay, that's really helpful to know. Yeah. I mean, and feel free to jump in later if you have another thought on that.
Okay.
It's really interesting to hear your thought process too. Let's move on from the themes, because I got more things I want to do. I want to shift gears a little bit and come back to some of the creative activities that you guys are doing, and just to kind of check in and hear a little bit more about some of the apps that you're using to do that stuff. Like you mentioned Canva, and you were using that because your company had it?
Yeah, it's kind of just a generic place to edit.
Yeah, let's just throw these up here. Does anyone else use Canva? Have you heard of it?
Only from this.
From this, okay. All right.
When they called me.
Oh, when they called you, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So what else are you using? And also, you can mention apps. I'm kind of curious to hear what apps are really important to you. And it could be in schoolwork, too. It doesn't have to be outside of school. School.
Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram, yeah.
Yep. What else?
Snapchat.
Okay. Snapchat, what else?
I like using the app Medibank.
Okay, how do you spell that?
MEDIBANG.
Okay. What do you use that for?
Drawing.
For drawing. Okay. Great.
Very simple.
Okay. Anyone else heard of this one? Okay.
I like to use this app called, I just forgot. I'll go back to it.
Okay, come back.
Yeah.
I really utilize Pinterest, kind of differently than most people do.
How do you use it?
I use it for inspiration and for kind of looking at trends and what my style is and what my vibe should be. Based on the year, I'll see a transitional period of different things that I'm into,
Sure.
So,
yeah. I mean, you'll go back over stuff.
Oh, I'll go back and look and see, especially for picture posting and stuff. I'll say, okay, in this season, all of these colors were kind of in, and all of these edits, the presets, everybody was doing this. So kind of just see how seasonally and by year things change. So,
why would you want to look at something like presets and see how that changes? It's interesting.
Like she was talking about, creating an Instagram page that people want to follow. Everybody who has followers, I would say, unless you're someone ridiculous like Kylie Jenner, she doesn't have presets, but most popular people for what we want to do have presets, which I'm kind of thinking in a way maybe we should get away from presets, because to be honest, it's just becoming the norm. That's what you have to do to be successful. And I don't think that you're able to see that raw image.
I was going to say, what are you losing when everyone goes with presets?
Totally, they're making it trendy. You're not actually being able to appreciate the nature picture for what it is, or you just like something could need to be like green, like in nature, but with a preset, it can make it more blue. So it just makes it unrealistic.
Yeah. What other apps are you? That's a great point. Are you guys using?
I remember my app. Sorry, it's called Snapseed.
Snapseed. Okay. What are you using that for?
It's just a general editing app. You can do many things on it. I just kind of use it for everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Are you making stuff and putting it on YouTube?
Yes. I use another app called, like, I think, Dual Record. It's like no watermark, so you can do your videos, edit it. It's very simple. It's not like high tech. So, and putting stuff on it to show yourself to others.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Good. What are we missing up here? Are there other apps that you guys are regularly using that we haven't added to this list?
I mean, hundreds. I mean, we're 20 something.
Facebook, yeah. What else?
Twitter,
Chrome, Twitch.
different various editing.
What editing ones?
I mean, there's Lightroom, there's Avery, there's I don't know, Aviary. You know what I'm talking about?
What's that one called, Tamara?
It's like AVIARY.
Okay. Does anyone else use that one? Okay. Does anyone else use Lightroom?
I do.
You use Lightroom. Okay. Are there other ones for editing?
I've never done it. I mean, I have a long time ago, but not recently. I just use, like, for an iPhone, they have, like, you can edit in the photo app.
Okay.
I don't think it's as elaborate or in-depth as some of these other filters and editing, but for me, it's just, I don't do a lot of editing like that.
Okay. What do you do with the things that you edit?
Like light or bright and or change, you can change the filter on it. Instagram has good filters.
Is that for your work stuff, or is that for your...
Both life and work, personal and work, and some school stuff.
And school stuff, too. Okay. Yeah. What about someone mentioned Photoshop earlier? Anyone using that?
Well, Lightroom is kind of Photoshop because it's by Adobe, so it's kind of Photoshop.
Okay.
Well, all of them are Photoshop. Like Snapseed, I don't know, Avery, I guess, is that like photo editing. So they like all Photoshop. Photoshop apps, editing apps.
Okay, editing apps.
Yeah, editing apps.
Okay. Is anyone using actual Photoshop? No.
Like Adobe Photoshop?
Yeah.
Just depending, like sometimes for school it'll pop up, and it's not something that I use on the regular, but if it pops up, since I have Adobe downloaded the computer, I'll use that if I can figure out how to do it.
Do you get that through your school?
I think it's just on my computer. Like I have Adobe on the computer.
Okay.
And it is on some of the school computers, I've noticed. So that's why I have it on mine.
Okay.
When would it, what do you mean when you say when it pops up?
So like if I opened a program, it would have like the Adobe like pop up, and then from there, like there's an application on my computer, and there's like a Photoshop program. Sometimes just depending if I'm trying to like lighten or brighten or change a filter or trying to crop something out, like I can figure it out, but I'm not really that tech savvy with that stuff. I don't really know how to do it. So it kind of just depends what I'm doing, what it's for.
Do you guys have familiarity with Adobe Creative Cloud?
I think Adobe's intimidating.
Okay, talk about that.
I think I mean, yes, like, you know, like I have Lightroom like downloaded on my phone, and like, I don't know, I think that Adobe, like, I guess, I don't know if like y'all feel this way, but I'd much rather like download an app on my phone and like make my own presets, or like make my, you know, make note of like my different editing things and like make my own. But I just feel, for me, it's definitely, I mean, I know you have to go on your computer, but I'm less likely, because I'm in like such a time crunch all the time. I don't want to use stuff on my computer like that. Like, I just want to use my phone. Because
I find myself going to my phone a lot because it's easier. It's easier to navigate if you send it to your email. Yeah, I think Adobe's kind of intimidating as well.
And you have to download it, and you pay for it. It's totally, I mean, you gotta have it to be like successful. Like, that's what everybody uses, but you're just like, like, how do I get into that?
Well, my opinion on that, I think like I said, I always use everything on my phone as well. But I think for those people who like photographers or something, or for those who like really wanna have good pictures, like editing good pictures, they will have to get that on their laptop, and they will have to pay for it. So I think it's a good tool to have, but not me personally, because I'm not trying to be like super professional or anything like that. So I don't need to use that. I don't want to pay for that.
The money's kind of a deterrent.
Okay, yeah. Let me do this. I want to read you guys a description of Creative Cloud from Adobe. Okay. Creative Cloud is a monthly subscription that gives you access to Adobe's entire collection of photography, design, web, and video tools with student discounted pricing. This includes over 20 desktop and mobile apps, including Photoshop, Illustrator, Lightroom, InDesign, Premiere Pro, XD, and Spark. With these tools, you can edit photos and videos, design graphics and logos, create professional reports and resumes, prototype websites and mobile apps, create marketing materials, and more.
I think that might be what I have downloaded on my computer, and I must
Creative Cloud?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
Sure.
it, but it's got all these different Adobe apps.
Okay.
I didn't pay for it, I don't think. It must have been through school, like Word was free, and PowerPoint.
Is it a school laptop or?
No, it's mine, but through UNG, you can log in with your email address and create an account.
And then these things come up for you?
Yeah. I feel like that. I mean, I didn't pay for it, and I don't really know anything about it.
Okay.
I just know that some of these applications will pop up depending on what I'm on.
Okay.
Like, it'll kind of just jump.
Yeah. Was there anything new that you did not know in this description?
I didn't know they had, like, you said resume and tools for marketing, marketing materials. I didn't know they had it.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't say Canva's really user-friendly. It's just what we used, and I've gotten easier. I've gotten more familiar with it.
Okay.
I don't think it's that. I don't think the quality is that great either. I think it's just a kind of a generic idea.
Yeah.
They're just a company who made it. But I would be interested in learning more about it.
What's getting your interest in this?
They create marketing material in the resumes.
Okay. Where do you think you've heard about this Creative Cloud?
Here. I mean, I've downloaded Adobe app before,
right?
But like the free version.
Okay.
And I've used it for video editing, but I didn't know it could do all this stuff.
Okay. We're going to talk about this some more, which is why I wanted to put out descriptions just so you guys can have some context for it. Is there anything else that you did not know about Creative Cloud? It sounds like and you didn't need to have any knowledge coming in. I'm just curious what's new to you, if anything.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really.
No, I believe I heard about it.
You've heard about it?
Yeah, I think I've heard about it just through like researching something. It would just like come up on my feed or something.
Do you guys know these? Like, do y'all, like, I know these, but I didn't know, like, the big bulk.
So you're saying you know these, which ones?
Like, I mean, Lightroom, I mean, I've heard, obviously, like, XD, and then, like, Spark, and, like, just, like, I've heard of all those things, and I, use Lightroom and stuff, but
I just know that you have to pay for it, and so that's why I'm like, okay, like, I'm not interested.
Right.
But I knew,
Photoshop.
Yeah, I knew that I kind of have, like, all that.
Right. You didn't know that it was all that included. What about the fact that they mentioned desktop and mobile apps? Is that new? Or did you think that Adobe already offered those as mobile apps?
I didn't really think about it, but I would feel like they would have an app or something for an iPad or like a tablet, since those are more like versatile.
Okay. Would you have thought that they had a phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the quality of the app is what I'm questioning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. All right. No, good to know. Yeah. Tell me your questions. Tell me things that,
Is
you're noticing.
do you have this app?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, then that question doesn't
But you can tell. I'm curious to know what your question is.
I wanted to know if you were familiar with using the app and like what the difference was in app versus the desktop or like the tablet or iPad.
Okay. What are you curious to know?
I want to know how limited the app is for the cell phone in comparison to the other things.
Well, honestly, I think app on the phone is limited in terms of like the quality. Like if you would do the same thing on the laptop, it will probably be like the same app and everything, but you could see like the picture more because it will be bigger, obviously.
Okay.
And so you would be like, you could see the way you're editing a lot better than you would do on like a phone or iPad or something.
All right, let's keep going. The next thing I want to do is Adobe Creative Cloud is thinking about different ways they could talk to you as students, different directions they could take in talking to you about Creative Cloud, about basically what this is. So I want to show you some different ways that they are thinking of for Creative Cloud to talk to you and talk about that. So it doesn't matter that you're new to Creative Cloud, that's fine. The focus is on how they talk to you, okay? And for us to have that conversation, I have some different ideas about how they could talk to you. And I want to talk about each of those different ideas. So we'll start in the same way that we did the themes. We'll do like an individual exercise where I show you some different ideas, and then you react to those on your own, and then we'll talk about it as a group. Okay? These are ideas for how Creative Cloud could talk to you about itself. I want you guys to come on up into this part of the room. You can help me take these papers off the wall. And I want you to all start in different places. There's ideas all over the wall. And start anywhere you like. Start in different places. Read each one of these ideas. Each one is different. I gave them little letter codes so that we could talk about them. Guys, I am going to hand out some notepads, and while you're up here, what I want you to do is write down the letter of the one that connects for you more so than the others. And then I want you to stay up here and write down the why. And it could be anything. It could be a phrase. It could be the way something is worded. I want to be super clear that these are just ideas. This is definitely not advertising content. It's also not marketing material. Okay, so this is not, they're not going to like take this sentence and throw it up on their website. So with that in mind, I don't want you guys to be reacting to, oh, I don't like that one because it's too long. Because it's not about the length, it's not about those kinds of details are not the focus here. The focus is on the ideas. So if you can try to respond to the ideas themselves, that's what I'm really looking for you guys to do. Okay. So the idea of W or the idea of I or whichever one speaks for you, speaks to you.
Not the one we think would be the most effective?
The one that you make the one that speaks to you right here.
Okay.
Can it be more than one?
If you have a runner-up, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes people will tell me I have like a close second.
Okay.
Yeah. And if there's one that you strongly dislike or don't connect with, you can write that down too. You don't have to, but sometimes people have one that they're like, oh, that's totally not.
So we can choose like maybe two favorites?
You could choose two favorites, yeah. Yeah. But it should be really about how it speaks to you, how it connects with you more on an emotional level. Okay? Mm-hmm. I'm not wanting you guys to be marketers here. I'm wanting you guys just to be yourselves.
It's little hard.
To be yourself?
Yeah.
But we spent all our time talking about that.
I've already picked the one that I think would be the best for Adobe.
Well, the thing is, we're going to talk about all of them, so we'll have a chance to, you can bring that up. Okay. And it can be because there was something about the idea that really spoke to you, or it could even be that there was a phrase, just a phrase that really connected, whatever that was. I have a few sets of these as well. I'll put these up for reference. What was speaking to you? Where did you make a connection?
Against skate.
Okay.
Skate.
All right.
Yeah, with skate because it says connect with people on a deeper level. Adobe Creative Cloud helps you bring your ideas to life and leave a lasting impression.
Okay.
So I chose that one because first it says connect with people on a deeper level. So this kind of means to me that whatever I'll be doing on Creative Cloud will be different than from any other apps that I would use. Also, it says that you can bring your ideas to life and leave a lasting impression. So, once again, whatever I'll be doing on Creative Cloud will be a lot more better than any other apps.
Why would it be different than any other apps?
Well, because I think other apps don't really show themselves as connect with people on a deeper level. I think it's just kind of an app that you can use. Mm-hmm. But if like I would use,
so that feels like a new idea for an app to talk about itself.
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like that would be like a little bit of a new idea.
All right.
That you can
new the way compared to the way other apps talk about themselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That's great. Did anyone else go for letter K? I'm really curious where you guys went. All right. What else did you go for?
I went for H.
Okay. What was it about H?
One, it's really simple to read.
Okay.
And two, impact. Since we've talked about impact during this session, that really stood out to me.
Tell me more about that.
It's you have to make an impact for people to notice you. So that's why it stood out to me. Because and share your passion.
How would those things be connected to Creative Cloud?
So it has all these stuff like Lightroom and design and all that. So like no matter what you're doing, it has something for it.
Okay.
So I think that's how.
So how does that then tie back to maybe impact?
Because you can do your best quality with this, with the Adobe, Creative Cloud, because it helps you and stuff like that. So you can share your views more.
Yeah. And do your best. What you're saying, yeah. Okay, Wanda, thank you. Great. Did anyone else go for H? Okay. Sam, how about you? Because I'm curious. You said you were going one route and then you might have changed.
I couldn't really pick. Like, none of them spoke to me.
Okay.
Because
tell me about that. That's fine. But
like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to be like a negative person, but like,
you know what? It's just how you feel. I guess there's no right answers or wrong answers here. And if you don't connect, that's totally okay.
I didn't feel like I connected because I personally feel like it was too like, I don't know, like it was like too like touchy-feely, like emotionally worded.
All the statements?
Yeah, and the ones that weren't like W, the marketing skills, that was just like sentences. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it needs like a...
So W was not touchy-feely for you, and the other ones all were?
The only one that I would say... I was going to pick I originally because I was like, I feel like that'd be the most effective for what Adobe is. But I guess for me, like, I don't want to see Adobe as something that's helping me accomplish my dreams. I want to see it strictly as a tool because ultimately it's my vision and like what I want to do. Like, I don't want Adobe to like make up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to
be responsible for your idea.
Yes, it's my idea. I'm just adjusting. Like, it's a tool.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
It's a tool.
Okay. What was happening with I? What was your reaction to I?
I thought that is what Adobe does. Up your game. I'm very logical and factual, so it's up your game with visuals and text that you, or text can never do. Yeah.
So you're saying that's a good way for them to market, is what you're saying?
It's what it is. It's to the point. Done.
Okay. Got it.
Not too emotional. Like, I don't know. I get turned off by like emotional words. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. But was there something in W that you liked, or are you saying it just was the one that wasn't emotional?
I would say it was it was the most different because I feel like the other ones were.
Okay.
I would say that I, L, and W have similar, I guess, tones, and the rest are kind of not that way.
Okay, let's come back to it because we'll spend a little time on each one individually, and I want to really kind of see, these are just ideas. It's almost like as if I had kind of scribbled this on the wall. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about what would that idea mean for you, and how would it fit with Creative Cloud, if it even would fit. And if it doesn't, that's exactly why we're having this conversation. Okay? So, no, that's great. Good start. Parker, did you say yours?
No, I chose W because it said marketable.
Okay.
Get the marketable skills you need to be ready for tomorrow's job.
Yeah.
I don't really know any other good programs or apps that are easy or that I've tried that I've really liked, so I'd be interested in trying that out to see. And the word marketable definitely stood out to me just because that's kind of it's what I do, that's what I'm studying, so.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understood what she was saying. Like, I don't want it to be perceived that Adobe is doing the work for me or that they're making my work different or exceptional. It's a tool to help it, make it easier. And I think with the Creative Cloud, depending on what area of work, there's definitely, there could be a program for a lot of different people.
That idea that it's a tool to make it easier for you, does that come through in any of these statements?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I get the marketable skills you need to be ready for tomorrow's job.
Okay.
And like I said, create marketing materials and more, resumes, prototype websites. I haven't seen it, I've never used these apps before, so I'm not sure what it looks like, what the interface is, but it does seem like maybe it's like a template or something to follow by.
Yeah. That's great. Okay. So I'm not surprised you guys went for all 4 different ones. And I'm going to say you're maybe on the fence with I.
Yeah, that's the best one to me.
All right, fine, fair enough. Did anyone have a dislike? You're like,
Yeah, there was one, but I don't remember which one it was.
Okay. Well, when we come to it, remember. Samara, did you have a dislike?
Yes.
Which one?
I did.
Go for it, yeah.
I hated K.
Okay, that's fine. You guys are not supposed to all feel the same way. It would be great. You would not be people if you did. So, what were you hating about K?
Connect with people on a deeper level.
Okay, talk about that. Why did that not work for you?
I think it's pairing something I just think I'm trying to think. I don't want to just say I think it's weird because that doesn't give you anything, but like connect with people on a deeper level. I think really and truly what it is I'm just, like, I do have a side like that, but it's not associated with Adobe, and I would not associate that statement with Adobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how I would connect with people.
Okay. Let's take a look at letter K. So we've got connect with people on a deeper level. Adobe Creative Cloud helps you bring your ideas to life and leave a lasting impression. I want other people to talk about this. What, and also Samara, you too. Let's just start with, is there a message in this?
Adobe brings people together.
Okay.
About different ideas about your work.